Okay, great. I think we're recording. All right. Thank you for joining us, everybody. Welcome to our special Team Wildfire Zoom. I have 6 gorgeous speakers joining me this evening, and I'm so appreciative of their time, and any of our guests this evening. I'm so appreciative of you taking a little time out of what I know is a very busy, hustling, bustling holiday season. It's probably one of the busiest months of the year in terms of fitting everything in. So my team members that have joined me tonight, I so appreciate you and the time that you're taking out of your busy schedules to share. And I appreciate our guests for joining us and being with us this evening. And we promise to not take too much of your time, to respect your time. And what we'd like to do tonight, we thought this is especially appropriate for the holiday season, because what we want to do is share what really is a gift to us, and that's our role as a coach and all the really awesome things that Team Beachbody has brought into our lives, most of which we did not expect in the beginning. I think that most of us can say, if not all of us can say, did I freeze for a little while? Am I okay?
You're okay now.
Okay, good. I felt like I was frozen and I didn't know whether to stop talking or not. But I think most of us can say that most of us don't come in as coaches for the business. That's really rare. We come in as part of our own personal journeys and are pleasantly surprised at what we find and what the opportunities are. And there's so much about it that we really view as gifts. So it becomes appropriate to share that, especially in the holiday season. I think that what you'll find, whether you're here with us live or listening to the recording, is that what we're a part of really is different, because the business really starts and ends with our personal journey, and really just it changes your life from the inside out, and the business is almost just like icing. It's just bonus. It's like a gift back for sharing and paying it forward. And I really think that the way this business can transform you personally really makes it so unique and so special. So as we share, and this is really outside of any potential income or incentive or reward, and we're going to talk a little bit about some of those benefits, because those are certainly gifts too, but really the biggest gift is just the intrinsic transformation that we've all experienced thanks to Team Beachbody and being part of this community. So we invite you to just sit back, relax, enjoy. This will be a short presentation. We'll be sharing the 12 gifts, and then we'll give you some time to ask questions at the end. So our first presenter here, and we're going to be sharing our stories as well as, as well as some of our personal experiences related to the gift, and would like to introduce Nadia Bushfield, and she is going to talk a little bit about our vital behaviors and how especially 2 of 3 of them are gifts in themselves. Nadia?
Hi, good evening. So I'm Nadia, and I'm just going to start quickly to tell you about my story with Beachbody. It started actually after baby number 1, 2008, 2009, and I was stuck with first baby, very healthy pregnancy, stuck with 10 pounds to lose, and my husband had bought P90X, and he was just sitting collecting dust, and I told him one day, okay, we're starting Monday, and we did, and after that, I was the healthiest I'd ever been, bought a 2-piece bathing suit for the first time in my life, and just was in my 30s, mid-30s, the healthiest I'd ever been, and had baby number 2, had baby number 3, and a year and a half after baby number 3 was born, I was still about 50 pounds heavier than I had ever been. I was heavier than pregnant with my first child. So, and I just yo-yoing and gaining. And so finally I came back to my first love, to P90X. And in January 2015 of this year, I got back on track and did a few programs. I'm down to 40 pounds now that I've lost since January. And in July, I joined as a coach, and it totally changed the whole, my whole attitude and my lifestyle. And it was, for me, was I had found something where I was able to sustain the loss I had, the weight I had lost, and it went beyond that, where I wanted to help people do the same. And it took care not just of me physically, but emotionally. And by helping others, I was able to help myself. And those were really important for me when I signed up as a coach. And I looked at the 3 vital behavior, which is the first gift that we're sharing today, is that 2 out of the 3 were about growing yourself. You cannot help others unless you know how to help yourself. And by being a pro of the product and using the fitness program and drinking Shakeology and just being able to have your own experience that you can share, it just helps you grow physically. And then the personal development by reading spiritual books or books about business. It helped me grow emotionally, spiritually. My business IQ, my financial IQ also grew. So it was that growth, that overall growth that really, for me, changed everything once I signed up as a coach. So
yeah, I really think that so many jobs stress people out. That's a big cause of their stress, right? But, with us, it starts with taking care of ourselves.
Exactly.
It's awesome.
Exactly.
Thank you so much. We're going to see this picture and her second gift. She's presenting a little bit. I love it. Miss Jocelyne, how are you?
Hi, everyone.
Nice to have you on Zoom tonight, Miss.
Can you guys see me? I'm not sure.
Yeah, we can see you.
Okay, awesome. Hi, everyone.
Hello.
So, I know we're trying not to take too much of your time tonight. So just to tell you a little bit more about me, I'm Jocelyne, and I've been a Beachbody coach for about 2 years, maybe a little more. But to tell you about myself, it all started, not really. I've always struggled with my weight, always. As my first diet, actually, I was 10 years old, and the doctor asked my mom to make me lose 20 pounds. So it was pretty huge. And that was the beginning of all. I did a lot of diets, all kinds. And it actually all started for me after my having my baby. Because I had tried, of course, a lot of things. And every time something was missing, like I had either a nutrition plan, either I had a fitness routine to follow, there were always something that was missing, because I will go back to my old habits and I will just not move forward and not keep it up. So anyway, I finally decided to join a challenge group, and that's when I found out what I was missing, as I mentioned earlier, because not only I got the nutrition piece in the support group, I received also a fitness routine that was proven to work, and I had a huge support group. The one I joined first was a smaller one, but it made a big difference. Having someone to keep you accountable every day, having other people that are actually sharing the same journey than you, made a big difference for me. So when I decided to become a coach, of course, I was addicted to Shakeology. I mean, that was not even a question, and I wanted a discount on it. But in my head, I was telling myself, well, it seems like what is actually really helping you is having a support group. So if you become a coach, then most likely you will be surrounded by tons of positive people that are, on the same journey than you, which means bigger support group. So that can only help, right? Anyway, getting into it, there's much more that I got from it, but it definitely helped me stay accountable. Like the old Jocelyne, for example, right now, especially in this season, would have gained 15, 20 pounds. I would have enjoyed every single treat, and I would have even come up with new ones. But I would seriously just create reasons to eat and end up the year with 15, 20 extra pounds. 15 extra pounds and not know what to do. But the new Jocelyne, granted I'm not perfect, is enjoying the holidays, but I do set myself some limits. I don't go crazy about it. That's one thing, and that makes a big difference for me. And another thing too that is not directly related to fitness or weight loss is that for some reason I had never had goals in my life. Like I went to work and that's it. Like I have a job, pay the bills, and that's it. And now it opened my eyes, and it's keeping me accountable to pretty much try my best every day to become a better version of myself, not only for me, but for my loved ones. And this, and wanting more of my life, and realizing that there's much more that can be done besides sticking to the basics. So anyway, it's keeping me accountable to wanting the best I can get from my life and from my loved ones. So that's it.
Awesome. Thank you, sweetie. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Okay, Miss Ann.
Hi, everyone. Basically, my journey started with Beachbody back in about 2007. I saw an infomercial about P90X and got the program, did the program with my husband. And after that, I did a lot of other Beachbody programs, never knowing that the coaching opportunity was even out there. And at one point, my son had a bad cycling accident, and my husband had actually known Lora, and he had heard about Shakeology and how many nutrients were in it. So when his mouth was wired shut, I started using the Shakeology and getting that for him. And basically, I became a discount coach. I wanted to get the discount. But then I started realizing that I'd already loved all the products, and I loved the Shakeology. So it was time that I really kind of started wanting to share that information with other people. So today, I actually wanted to talk about being part of a positive community. I don't know about you, but work is not always a positive place to be. For me, a lot of the people are positive, but there is also a lot of negativity. So this business really, for me, gives a place that everybody actually is positive. We all have chosen to do this. We all want to do this. I think that makes a difference. And basically, we all have a desire to help other people be the best that they are. And I think in turn, then that makes us feel good about ourselves, feel good about what we're doing, and then that makes us positive people as well. And then that then allows us to be more positive in our own workplace and kind of change that around a little bit. Also, as Nadia mentioned, we're always working on ourselves. So part of this business is being the best that we can be as far as being healthy, reading the personal development, changing our viewpoints. And also with us, there's just such a network of support and great friendships that are developed. And that's really about it. It's all about being positive. Everything. It's just a great place to be. Great people.
Yeah, it's always a sharp contrast when, you see people on Facebook that are like, I can't stand all the negativity. I'm leaving Facebook for a while. And I'm like, well, who are you talking to on Facebook? Because all my people are positive. So it really is amazing how that in your life and feeding your head and being around. I mean, they say you're some of the people you spend your time with. And I think it's made us all better people to be around each other. So thank you for sharing. Awesome. All right, Miss Melissa.
Okay, unmuted myself. Hello, everyone. I'm Melissa Wrin, and I am one of Lora's coaches, and I know she would tell you I was a struggle to get in as a coach.
And no struggle, challenge, not struggle.
A challenge. I've been a registered dietitian for 18 years, and I just was very hesitant about it. She worked quite a while with me to try to convince me. And I've now been on Shakeology for 2 years this month, and I've been a coach for about a year and a half. And what I wanted to talk to you about was picking your path, which is one of my favorite things about Beachbody is you have so many options with this business. And basically, I think, Laura, you're going to put the next slide up about picking your path. Yeah, there's some options with that. And what I started off with basically was I was drinking the Shakeology, and I thought when Laura mentioned to me, you know, hey, you could be getting this for 25% off, that was definitely something interesting to me because the cost seemed like a hindrance. And I think a lot of people start off with that as a reason why they don't want to start. So I was drinking it daily. I signed up, I think, about month 4 into drinking it. To get the discount. And I honestly, I mean, I will say this, I had no plans really to do anything with the business. I went to Laura's house and signed up, and I thought, okay, I've got my 25% discount. Then I really started enjoying the community more than anything probably I've been involved with. So then I became a hobby coach, loved the products, loved the 21-day fix, T25, but I had a full-time job. And I just wanted a little bit of extra money here and there, and I wanted to share with others what was working for me. So then that kind of leads into another option is for the business builder, where you're all in, you're growing a team of strong leaders, and you're a full-time coach. And what I wanted to share today that's exciting to me is that I gave my 2-week notice today at work. And as of January 1st, I am a full-time Beachbody coach. And,
oh my God, I didn't know that. You said you were
I want to surprise you. It's been a long time in coming, and I'm still taking a huge leap of faith in this. You know, I've not replaced my income fully with Beachbody at this point, but I believe I can, and I believe I will. So I've got a great support system in this community, in this Team Wildfire. So I'm excited, and I just wanted to share that. I did not know this was going to happen today when I chose this exact pick your path. But it just kind of all worked out, and I thought what a perfect time to share with everybody. So I'm super excited.
Hi. That's so awesome. Oh, I'm going to drive you so crazy because you're going to be like around.
I know.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. What a perfect way to share how you can pick your path. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, a lot of people think you have to come in. There's not only one way to do this. A lot of ways, a lot of reasons to do this. Thank you. What awesome thing to share tonight. All right, Angela has kind of a segue, a little more about discount coaching all the way up to even just paying for your own fitness. So I'll let her chat about that for a little while.
Thanks, Laura. Okay, it's going to be kind of hard to follow Melissa there. That's awesome, girl. Surprise.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Angela Dimitreશ્ias. I am a wife and mommy of 2 boys. Oh, did I freeze? Ages 4 and 1, and our family lives in Noblesville, Indiana. I've been doing Beachbody programs since 2009, Turbo Gym, P90X, Turbo Fire. I never really did a full program, but I liked the workout, so I've kind of always known about Beachbody, and I've been doing the workouts for a while, and I would always talk about them. And then I got T25 2 Christmases ago when I was pregnant with my second son, Noah. I decided to become a coach in June of 2014 when I began my T25 program 3 months after our son was born. And I figured it would be, you know, a great way to provide extra accountability for myself to stay on track with my program and losing the baby weight. Plus, I was constantly surrounding myself with like-minded and healthy people who were doing the same programs that I was. We had a lot of fun. It was a great way for me to connect with others outside of my mommy bubble, as I like to call it. And I was already doing a lot of what a coach does. I was sharing about my T25 and my Turbo Fire workouts on Facebook. I was encouraging other challengers in the 5-day group that I was in. And I was telling my friends about what I was doing because they were starting to ask. I was thinking, well, why not get paid for this? Like, I already enjoy all of the products. I had already tried Shakeology like everyone else here and loved it. So, why not get paid for sharing these great things and to help other people along the way? So I decided to start my journey as a coach, documenting my baby weight loss and then inspiring others on to get on the health and fitness bandwagon with me. It's been a lot of fun, and I can tell you that it has become so much more than just about losing the baby weight. Baby weight's gone. Like, it's now a new part of my journey. It's about confidence. It's about feeling comfortable in your own skin and knowing how to fuel your body the right way. It's been a game changer for me, and I haven't looked back since. So today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about paying for your own fitness and or enjoying the discount. So let's talk about the financial side. When I was making my decision to sign up as a coach, this is one thing that my husband and I both wanted to know about. He was quizzing me on this, and I was asking a lot of questions. So let me tell you a little bit about this. As a coach, you will get to enjoy a 25% discount on your monthly Shakeology and all of the products and fitness programs that Beachbody offers. This includes the new performance line of supplements too, which I really enjoy. If I don't sell anything each month as a coach, I still get that 25% discount. So that's pretty cool. If you find yourself sharing about the products with your friends and family, they can purchase through you. And then you will earn a 25% commission on all of your sales, and you will have friends and family to join you in those challenge groups. So it's always more fun to work out with friends, right? And let's put this into perspective, okay? If I help 3 people per month, and that's just selling 3 challenge packs, getting them started right on their health and fitness journey, just like you were, then I've paid for my Shakeology. That covers my Shakeology for the month. And I can tell you that Shakeology in my business has been covered every month since June of 2014, and I'm happy to report that. As a single income family, because I started staying at home full time with my kids in March of 2014, spending money on Shakeology each month was not really in the cards for us. But I made a commitment to work hard and be able to continue drinking my Shakeology daily. So that is one of my goals that I set for myself, and I've been able to accomplish that every month. So that makes me very happy. My husband happy too. And then let's go ahead and we'll talk about unlimited income possibilities. Let me tell you, this is not a get-rich-quick business at all. It takes time to build your income and your team. You are essentially building a business. It's your business, and you are the boss. You get to decide what you do each day. You get to determine who you work with. The sky's the limit. Coaching allows you to get your creative juices flowing, and it really show the world what you have to offer. If you are in, and I mean all in, if you are being consistent with your 3 vital behaviors and sharing your journey with others every day, it will pay off. The money that I get each week helps me pay for groceries, my son's preschool tuition, gas for my car, and any of the extras that we need or may want, like, haircuts, clothing, activities that we do with our kids. And I like knowing that I'm still contributing to our family's income and getting to stay at home with my kids at the same time. So it's really a win-win situation for me and my family. As your business and your team grows, so will your income. When you hit certain levels, Beachbody offers weekly team cycle bonuses as well as quarterly bonuses for Star Diamond coaches. The training that you need to grow that business, to grow your business, is all included. So not only through Beachbody, but also through our team network. So you'll have all of the support that you need through the team, and there are trainings all the time to get you to where you need to be. And that is all I have for you today.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I love your pick too. That's really cool.
Oh, thank you.
All right, so I didn't really properly introduce myself in the beginning, but I'm Lora Smith, and I founded this amazing team 6 years ago, which is hard to believe, and I'm so proud of them, and just so excited about our future. I mean, I still feel like we just barely scratched the surface of all the growth we have yet to do. But I'm going to talk a little bit about team and corporate events as two separate gifts, because we are so connected online, which is amazing. And this is an example of one of our team. We turned our team Zoom into a guest event tonight, but we do a team Zoom every other week. So we connect online. We can try to connect on Zoom and in person also, because we really need that element of community and connection. And so our team events are things like our quarterly Super Saturdays, and we're part of an even bigger team that's based in Central Indiana that's able to draw some of our celebrity trainers here for quarterly events. So you see me pictured with our 21-day fix trainer, Autumn Calabrese, as well as with some of our coaches, and you can see Melissa and Becky, who you'll hear in a little bit in that picture. That was us, I think, at the same Super Saturday. And then I threw a picture up here of our Leader Day at the Lake, which I've hosted for the last couple of years, and you qualify for that, and it's a special opportunity, and usually get everybody away for a retreat. So, and no matter where you are, if you aren't local to Central Indiana, for example, Team Beachbody has Super Saturdays all over the country. So although I will always offer my coaches a place to stay, and we'd love to have you travel in to be with us, if you're far away, there are plenty of events to go to. And if you're not connecting with us in person at like a quarterly event, then you can for sure take advantage of our team Zooms and the things that we do to really connect even outside of our Facebook pages, face to face, even if we can't be standing next to each other. So even though our live events aren't required, we really encourage coaches to participate in live events, because it really gives you a big picture feeling of what you're a part of. And they're so fun. Like our business meetings always include a workout. We work out at all of our business meetings. So they're very different. They're not your typical yay, rah, rah, pep rally business meetings. I mean, you're really, it's a great place to get a sense of the energy that our team has, and really Team Beachbody coaches across the board have. Corporate events, the main one I want to talk about, is this is a time for us all to connect no matter where we're from in the country, and that's Summit. And last year they moved Summit from Las Vegas, where it had been for the previous few years, to Nashville. And we had over 30 Team Wildfire coaches go to Summit last year in Nashville, and we had an absolute ball. It's really an indescribable experience. And talk about big picture. I mean, we have, what is it, ladies, like over 300,000 coaches now, right? And we had, I think, 25,000 at Summit. So it was our largest summit ever. And talk about getting a sense of what you're a part of and really feeling like you are a part of something big. You really get it when you go to Summit. And it's great for those of us in Central Indiana because we can drive down there. And so Nashville is the Summit site again for 2016. And I think most of us that just went ahead and bought our tickets right away. So we're looking forward to doing another trip down to Nashville in July and having some more of our newer coaches join us. So again, these things aren't mandatory, but gosh, you want to get a sense of what you're a part of and really send a different kind of really exciting fuel and energy into your business and fire yourself up. We always recommend attending live events, and every single one of them, because of the way they're handled either locally or from a corporate national standpoint, is really, they're all gifts. They all give us very special gifts when we attend. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story later to end the Zoom, and I'm going to go ahead and pass the mic to Becky Munger.
Guys, well, I'm Becky, and I'm a Diamond coach, and I've been a coach for about 1.5 years. Melissa and I actually started at the same time, and I came to Beachbody from having a very successful business in another direct sales network opportunity. I was with them for 17 years. And I actually, after a whole lot of prayer, I decided to resign from my business to help take care of my mom. She was really sick, and I just wanted to spend more time with her. So I decided I was going to quit, and everybody thought I was crazy because I had a very profitable downline. I had a huge network of customers, and people were just like, hang on, just stick with it. But my heart wasn't with it anymore, and so I just really wanted to be with my mom. So I resigned December 31st, 2013, and my mom went in the hospital on January 1st, the very next day, and she passed away 11 days later. So there I was, not only mourning the loss of my mom, but mourning the loss of my business, which had been a huge part of my life. And I gave that up for her, and now all of it was gone. And so I was pretty devastated. And just so happened that a few months later, the Beachbody coaching opportunity came into my life, and it was such a huge blessing. And, I'd always loved fitness. I had so many Beachbody programs. It was incredible. If you needed to borrow anything, come to me. No, but seriously, it was just the perfect time for me. I never could actually get into anything else outside of my other business because I didn't have enough time. I had a contract with the other company, so I wasn't allowed to sell any other type of product because I was in upper level management, and so just a lot of things. But because now I was free, I had the opportunity to do something that was something that I had always wanted to do and just didn't know it. And so the timing was perfect. And by giving up my other business, it really just opened a whole new door and new opportunities. And so I decided that, hey, I'm going for it. So I signed up as a coach, and it's been one of the best decisions I've ever made. And so one of the things that I love incentives and rewards and being recognized for my success and for the things that I do right. And that's always been something that I've loved. And in my old business, I always joked that if they were offering a wooden toothpick, I was going to bust my butt and do everything that I could to get that toothpick. And, I earned every incentive that was ever offered. And so the same thing with Beachbody. They love to recognize us for helping people. And every single month, we're offered incentives and prizes just simply for helping 3 people on their journey to having a better fitness and health life. And so that's just such a cool thing. I've earned things like free logo wear. I think I actually bought this one, but, free logo wear, workout equipment, workout programs, exclusive training opportunities that not everybody is privy to, and that's a really cool thing. I even got a free ticket to Summit last year, which I would have gone no matter what, but the fact that the company paid for me to go was incredible. And so that was just an extra perk that I thought was wonderful. So as a new coach, everyone has the opportunity to earn a free ticket. And so that's a really cool thing. Just yesterday, I spent some time with someone that I haven't seen or talked to in over a year. And he said, well, I told him what I was doing now and that I'm actually a full-time Beachbody coach. And so he thought that was pretty cool. But he said, so I guess you won't be traveling on all those fancy free trips that you used to take, huh? And I said, well, as a matter of fact, I'm going to be cruising to Jamaica in March, Beachbody style and on Beachbody's dime. And so he was like, okay. So yes, there are incentive trips. There are all kinds of things that they offer to us just because they love to take care of us. And it's just a really cool thing. And they definitely know how to make us feel special. And then one of the other gifts that I really like is the fact that we don't have to keep an inventory and no home parties are required. And so simply what we do is we connect our customers with the programs and products that are best suited for them based on their goals and their needs. And then Beachbody takes care of sending it to them. So we don't have to try to think of how many 21-day fixed challenge packs am I going to need and how many bags of vanilla Shakeology am I going to need. You just connect the people with what they need, and Beachbody takes care of sending it. So that's a beautiful thing. And let me tell you, for sure, after 17 years and doing literally thousands of home parties, the fact that I get to stay home in the evenings now is huge. I love that. I used to always tell people, oh no, I don't mind lugging my stuff in and out of my car every evening. And, I would be doing 2 or 3 shows a week. And so that meant I would be gone. And there were things that I missed with my family. And so now the fact that our businesses are pretty much all online, I can work it from anywhere. I can work in my PJs if I want to. And when you're on a video Zoom, you only have to be dressed from the top up. I'm not kidding. Sweatpants and slippers. No.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, especially when it's cold and snowy out, we don't have to leave the comfort of our own home. And so that's just a really good thing. The fact that our businesses are pretty much all online, that makes them 100% portable, and it can go wherever I go. When I'm sitting waiting for soccer practice to be over, I can be on my phone checking in with my challenge group members, or I can even do that in line at the grocery store if I want to. So there's just so much flexibility that way. And actually, if you look at this picture here, this is me working on fall break from the balcony of my oceanfront condo. So, that's just a really cool thing. And the possibilities are endless with this. And I know that these are just a couple of the gifts that I love, and I'm sure that you'll love them too.
Yeah, I had fun scrolling through your Facebook page to find the perfect picture. I'm like, there it is. Yeah.
Facebook stalker.
Yeah. And just to add to your first gift, Becky and I and Anne, and anybody else here, that we're all cruising together. I'm so excited because now my team members are going on these trips with me. So I've consistently helped at least 3 people a month now, going on like 64 months. And this will be my 5th trip with Beachbody. I've been to the Bahamas, I have to write it down now, which is like, I can't always rattle it off. Took the family to Disney. We've done 1 cruise previously, took my husband to Cancun last year, and we're going to do another cruise this year. So we always find out in January where our trip is going to, I was with another company for 9 years and never once earned a trip. And I earned a trip in my first full year with Beachbody by helping consistently 3 people a month. It's really cool. It's so attainable because I decided early on, if I wasn't at least going to do that, when I decided to build, that had to be the minimum. And then, you get this other perk, and that's kind of nice. So I'm so excited that to have more people on this trip with me this year. It'll be awesome. Thank you, dear.
Yep.
Yeah, when Becky got to share her news that she quit her job, like November 14th, I remember was the date, right?
Yep.
That you quit your other job. So great. So great. Okay, now we get to see Nadia's picture. And she's going to talk to us about the gift of flexibility and freedom.
Yeah, I'll just piggyback off what Becky was sharing. It's one of the thing that was really attractive to me was that flexibility and that freedom. I was a teacher for 15 years. But like I said, I have 3 children, and I was ready. I stopped working after having baby number 3, and I felt like it was time for me to help again on the financial, like Angela was saying, one income family, and it was time for me to help, but I wasn't ready to give up on being home with my little ones. I have a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old, and I just wasn't ready to let them go. And I thought they were really young for me to be going back to work full time, even as a teacher, because I would be missing first day of school because we would have the same hours. My son goes to a different school than the school that I was teaching in, so I would be dropping him off early, picking up late, and for me, I just wasn't ready for that. So now I make my own hours. I decide when I work my business, and I don't miss if I want to go on study trip, if there's special events. If I need to pick him up because he's sick, I'm there. If I am sick and I need to take the day off, I don't need to be calling my boss because I'm my own boss, so I can take the day off. If my family needs to have a family day and we need to just be all together, we can do that. We have that flexibility, we have that freedom. And like Becky was saying, it's remote. If I want to work in a coffee shop, I can do that. If I want to work in the car line, while I pick up my son, I can do that. I can travel and not have to worry about my business or what's happening. It's always there on my laptop, on my telephone. And also, so now I used to say I'm a stay-at-home mom. Now I'm a work-from-home mom. And I stopped. I didn't work for a while when I had Matteo, my first son. And I loved being home with him, but it kind of drove me crazy because I didn't have interaction with adults all day. Now have that interaction as well, where I'm constantly talking. But from the beginning, and like I said, it's fairly new for me. I became a coach in July. From the beginning, I told my husband, this does not feel like work. I'm having so much fun. I'm helping people. I'm growing in my knowledge of fitness and nutrition, and I'm just constantly creating new relationships or deepening some relationships. There have been people who I've known for 20 years who have opened up to me in a way that never have before because of their own issues with their body or the nutrition and everything that it entails. So, but yeah, for me it was very attractive, the fact that I could work my own hours and work from wherever I wanted to, whenever I wanted to.
Awesome. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I've got the privilege of sharing the last gift, last but not least. So just to tell you a little bit about my story, I really found my fitness really not till I was almost 40 years old. I always tried to do some working out. I knew the importance of that, but I didn't know how to eat. And so I did a lot of working out without really anything to show for it. I wasn't completely unhealthy, but I was sluggish and I didn't feel great. I just thought it was a part of aging. I didn't love what I saw in the mirror. So it's usually kind of sometimes a life event that kind of changes your focus. And for me, my father passed away, lost my dad 6 years ago, it'll be 7 years in January. And I had kind of started the process of, watching my portions and eliminating some sweets. And after he dies, it's just, when you lose a family member or anybody just important to you, it's such a deep heartache, and it's something that you have no control over, and you can't bring that person back no matter what you do. So I think I was driven to I wanted to be able to control something, and I could control my physical activity, and I could control what I put in my mouth. And so I went in a bigger way. And shortly after that, I accepted an invitation from my coach to come into a challenge group and learn more about really nutrition and fueling my body in a better, healthier way. And through challenge groups, continued challenge groups like that, Beachbody programs, and that ability to work out at home, to add workouts at home, because I had a child at the time, and I didn't have time I didn't have another home business. I, like Becky, came from another home business, and I didn't feel like I had the time to get to the gym. And it allowed me to do what I needed to do at home and control it myself. And that was comforting, but still have the support of a coach and people that were holding me accountable. And so through that whole process, I really found myself again, and transformed inside and out. And people wanted to know, they saw it, and they wanted to know what I was doing, and they just asked, and they wanted to know more about it, and they wanted to know would I help them. And I'm like, well, yeah, of course I'll help you. And it just was a very natural thing that came about through sharing. And then I realized that I could do it with more intention and help even more people. And that's how my business grew. So I just kept sharing and helping people. And through that, I realized I really had a passion for it. And then that led to really an important sense of purpose, like taking care of me and setting that example and helping other people felt like what I was supposed to be doing. And I came from another business where I never really had that feeling. And there were some things about the company I wasn't thrilled with. And it never felt like where I was supposed to be. And so through the process of getting myself healthy and figuring all that and taking advantage of everything Team Beachbody had to offer, I not only found myself again, but I found my purpose. And now my purpose is paying that feeling forward, because that is such an amazing feeling to know what you're supposed to be doing and to feel. And I tell people, I don't care how long it takes. Like, I'm in this for the long haul. A lot of people might say no because maybe they're not ready. And it's like, that's cool, because I'm going to be here when you're ready. I'm not going anywhere. And I can say that with just 100% certainty. And when you're healthy in body and mind, it really provides like that process. And I think these ladies would agree with me, like every program we do in full and stick to the schedule and the grind and really push through, it's an accomplishment. And when your mind and body are really healthy, and when you set goals and you hit them, it gives you not only confidence, but a sense of clarity, and a sense of clarity about who you are, what you want, and what's possible. And that, my friends, is a gift, probably the best way I can describe it. And again, something that I want to pay forward every single day to as many people as I possibly can. And it just started with saying yes to a simple invitation to help get myself healthy. That was it. That's how it started. So I hope you enjoy what we've shared tonight. We have some fun events coming up I meant to mention in the team events gift section, and that is our Super Saturday on January 9th. That's our next more local big team event. We kick off the year with that. It's a great thing. And then we actually have Sean T, who's our, well, I think you guys all know who Sean T is, but he's going to be coming to Indianapolis on February 13th. And these are both, coach and guest events, and we welcome people to come and see what we're all about as coaches or as guests. And we just have a lot of fun together when we do have those opportunities to get together in person. So that's all we have to share with you tonight. We're just a little over my proposed time schedule, but I think we've done pretty well getting it all in. There'll be lots of opportunities to ask any of us questions later, but I wanted to see if there were any questions that came to mind while we were talking that any of our guests wanted to throw out now that we could answer for you. And if you're trying to talk and you can't, it might be because I muted you just to reduce background noise, but raise your hand if you want to talk and you can't. I'll go through and unmute people so that that's not an issue. Let's see, mute. Okay, I think everybody's unmuted, even if you don't know what I'm be. Just for a second. Hi, Don, thanks for calling in. I told you, I think you missed, I welcomed Landon, and I said, we need more. I said, we have men on our team, I assure you. But we need more men actually participating in some of these calls. So I'm so glad to have you guys on board tonight. Any questions we can knock out for you tonight? Burning questions. Okay. Awesome. Well, hopefully, I think we did a pretty good job covering everything. I will follow up with you guys. And if you're watching the recording, please make sure and let your coach know that you watched the recording, and so they can finish up and ask you what you thought, and so you can ask any questions and we can get all those answered for you. I know it seems like a crazy time to think about taking this step. Like, there's just like waiting on fitness, like, oh, I'll just start after the first of the year. Oh, I'll have to start after the first of the year. But let me put a bug in your ear. I kind of teased it in a post today. It's basically free to get started as a Team Beachbody coach because your sign up is free with the purchase of a challenge pack. And even if you've already purchased one, you can upgrade for free. You don't necessarily have to purchase a new one, even though a lot of people like to take advantage of those discounts. But the cool thing is that the minute you become a coach, your fitness activity is a write-off, right? And so it's unlikely that, you come aboard now, you're not going to get your first check for a couple of weeks, even though we pay out weekly. And depending on your activity, chances are you're not necessarily going to make money this month. So that's just all a write-off. So I'll put that bug in your ear because it's the unique thing that, like, as soon as you start, you can start writing off expenses, and your investment in your own business all of a sudden becomes a business expense. Isn't that cool, the way that works out? Talk to your accountant. I'm not one, but that's just kind of a fun bonus, and sometimes a reason to get started before the end of the year and to start saving on a product that you're already using or want to start using. So I'll put that bug in your ear. But again, I want to respect your time here. I know everybody's got a lot going on. Thank you so much for joining us. We are so appreciative, and we hope to see you at a live event or on a team call or in a new coach training, because we run those regularly to help people get started at their own pace really, really soon. Either that or for sure in a challenge group. All right? So thank you, everybody, for calling in, and I'm going to stop my screen share and stop our recording, and you guys have a blessed holiday and a beautiful evening.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.